Hello, welcome to Five Mantra EduTech. Today I am going to discuss about physics part, that is from 10th grade. We will start here. You can see this. My name is Muhammad Wahed. I have done masters in physics and bachelor of education. I have around 10 years of experience in physics and chemistry. I have been teaching in different schools. See here in this upcoming we can see that if we have that is in state syllabus, you can see that that is one topic we have, that is reflection and refraction of light in a spherical mirrors. That is you can see that here upcoming lessons means the topics you are going to get this, that is spherical mirrors, concave mirror and convex mirrors. And you can see that means we are going to discuss lot of things related to this law of reflection for a concave mirror and identifying the focal length and focal point of concave and convex mirror. And you can see that how the image is, see, object is placed in front of convex mirror. This also we are going to discuss in further upcoming explanation. And you can see that a small concave mirror can heat up and burn paper when sun focuses at f, that is focus. We will means in further explanation you are going to know what is focus actually and what is concave mirror and convex mirror and how it is useful in our daily life and how it can burn a paper. That also you can see with the ray diagrams. And here finding the focal length, actually you are going to know what is focal length, then afterwards of concave mirror how it can possible to find. See here means we are going to know many things related to that, finding the normal, yeah, and further you will be knowing that parallel rays will be upcoming in that. Reflection of light by plane mirror. This also actually you have studied in earlier classes or previous classes, but even though now we are going to discuss about that reflection of light by plane mirror also, how it actually goes, what incidence ray and surface what and so on, everything we are going to know. Making of solar cooker also, this is one of the part that is in, after completing of our explanation of this whole topic, then you are going to know how we can make the solar cooker by using the concave and convex mirrors. Now actually we are coming to the topic, that is here reflection of light at curved surfaces. The reflection of light at curved surfaces, this is a chapter 1. We are going to discuss about this all. What is reflection and what is light and what is curved surface, that also we are going to know. Concept mapping, that is what is reflection. What is reflection means, reflection is nothing but, that suppose first of all what we have to know, that is light we have to know. Light is a form of energy which comes from source of light, that is source of light, you can take example any candle or the sun or the light the star, anything which emits the light, that all are the that is source of light. That is light, when light strikes to a solid object or otherwise I can say opaque object, it bounces back. When it bounces back, this is called reflection of light. Then you will get to know how actually it is. Reflection, concept mapping, in that we are going to know reflection, but you will get to know in detail how it actually goes. Here we are looking at mirrors. You know that reflection can possible on any surface, but we are focusing on a surface which is smooth surface. A smooth surface is mirror. Mirror means in that you can have plane mirror and spherical mirrors. Plane mirror, spherical mirrors. What do you mean by plane mirror? Plane mirror means a mirror which we use in our daily life when you are waking up in the early morning. Then means you check yourself in the plane mirror, and spherical mirror also in our daily life we can see how actually it goes. You are aware of that. Concave mirrors and convex. In spherical mirrors we have concave and convex mirrors. That also we are going to know in that. Actually, these concept mapping will give us idea about what actually we are going to have idea, means learn something related to that. Reflection, in reflection means we have one mapping here. With the help of that mapping, mirrors, we got to know about mirrors when a reflection is there. First of all, what is reflection you got? Reflection means bouncing back. When the light striking, after striking, when it bounces back, that is called reflection. Reflection can have means like it can happen on smooth and rough surfaces. Rough surface, wherever we can see that object, that is actually the rough surface, due to that we can visualize that object. But when the surface is smooth, there we cannot see that object, but we can see our image there. That is actually we call it as smooth surface. Not even on mirror, it can possible on the smooth polished surfaces where you can see silvered one. Silver spoon also you can take, there you can see your image. Okay, now we are looking at that is in concept mapping you can get idea about that. Mirrors. Mirrors we have two types, that is one plane mirror and that is spherical mirror. In spherical mirrors we have two types of that mirrors, they are concave mirror and convex mirrors. Okay, now concave mirror, if you are looking at the concave mirror, generally they are converge. What do you mean by converge? That we will get to know in further explanation. Real, inverted, either diminished or enlarged. This also you are going to know what is this all means when the image is formed, what is actually going to happen. Telescope, yeah, these are the uses, means this map tells us about these plane mirror and spherical mirrors. Now then we have learning objective. Learning objective, it tells about that what we are going to learn in that in details, means like when we have selected one topic, it is reflection. In the reflection we have taken that is means reflection in the spherical mirrors. In the spherical mirrors we have two types of the spherical mirrors, that is one is concave and another is convex mirror. Now we will be going to know in further details, that is learning objective, what we are going to learn in that. First is review of reflection of light from previous classes. We will be taking the review of previous classes, what you have studied in 6th, 7th and 8th, 9th classes. Related to that concept, we will be extending that concept in further. Reflection of light by spherical mirrors, means in the spherical mirrors there will be reflection, that we will get to know. Finding the normal to a curved surface. First of all we are going to know what is normal, then afterwards after finding normal, yes, after finding normal, then we are going to know about terms related to spherical mirrors. Means what is spherical mirror, how can you find out this one is the spherical mirror, how can you find this one is the plane mirror, that you will get to know. Experiment to find the focal length of concave mirror and so on. This all will be, we will be having discussion in further explanation. This is called learning objectives. Yeah, and one more, there are more discussion. This will help you to get good marks in the further examination when you are going to have it. That is ray diagrams for concave mirrors, ray diagram for convex mirrors, derivation of formula for curve mirrors. This all are we are going to discuss, and even though the finally we can say that the application of spherical mirrors last and making of solar cooker also, we are going to learn about this in this concept. Now the introduction part of this topic, that is, you know, in that is in previous classes you have studied about that light and so on, what are the properties of light and everything related to that. Suppose if I ask you some questions. In class 7 and 8 you learnt about the laws of reflection and the image formation in plane mirrors. What? Let us recall some of them. You know, you have studied in previous classes, but you might have forgot that, but now we are going to recall that. With the help of that previous concept, we will be learning that further concepts also. Now the first is you are aware of that light travel in straight line. How can you say that light travel in straight line? That is one question for all of us. You know that suppose when light fall on any object, it gives the shadow. You know, suppose if I am taking one example here, suppose this is one of the object here, and here I am taking one candle here, there is a light which is falling on here. You know, you can see there is a shadow of this. That light is not going to mean this one is opaque. Suppose this object is opaque, suppose, then you know when light is traveling and when it strike onto this surface, you can see the shadow of that one. Why actually it is happening? Because you know that light is traveling straight. If light travel like this direction, you won't get any shadow of that. From this shadow we can say that light is traveling in straight line. Now light selects the path which takes the, this is one of the concept we have studied in previous classes, that is in 7th, 8th class. Light select the path which takes the least time to travel. This light is too much smart actually, no. This principle was first given by Pierre de Fermat. You know that actually what it tells, light selects the path. Actually it is selecting the path which takes the light least time. Means, you know, wherever the least means, you know, I will give an example here. That is what? This is air and this is water. Water can travel, means light is traveling through this instead of traveling here. Means wherever light select the path which takes the least time. Least time can be taken in the air instead of taking in the water. Water, it takes much time, which there are more obstacles are there in this. That's why light is very smart, and that's why it is taking the path, means so it will travel through air if it has some two options here. These are the previous knowledge we are discussing here. Now one more point that is need to be discussed here. The ray of light falling on the mirror is called the incident ray, and the ray returning from it is called the reflected ray. Here one thing you need to know, like first of all, when light is falling on, just I will draw here. Here suppose this is one object here, light is falling, light is traveling like this. You can say the ray of light falling on the mirror. Suppose this is a mirror only, suppose. Mirror is called incident ray. Suppose this is this ray which is traveling from here, and the source is here, which I am going to draw. This is one candle, and from here there is a light which is traveling here, and that ray is called incident ray. You got it? Now once again I am repeating that, you know, the ray which is traveling and which is striking on the mirror, that is called incident ray, and the ray returning from it is called the reflected ray. Suppose if this ray is returning back, this ray is called reflected ray. This is incident ray and this is reflected ray. Incident ray means a ray which is traveling and is striking to that mirror, that is called incident ray, and the ray which is reflecting back, that ray is called reflected ray, or bouncing back, that is called reflected ray. The angle between the normal and the incident ray called the angle of incident. Yes. Suppose if I am going to draw in clear cut idea, then you can have some idea here. There is one, yeah. The angle between normal and the reflected ray is called the angle of reflection. These 2 points I am going to discuss. Yeah, here I can explain here. There is one diagram is there. Yeah. Now you can see that this is the plane surface here. Plane is nothing but that is one mirror. What is this? I am saying this one is mirror, and as well as the light is traveling from this source of light, and this light ray is called as incident ray. This is incident ray which is traveling from the source of light, and you know at which point it is going to be striken, that point is called, from there we have to draw one line. That line must be 90 degree. If we are drawing here 90 degree one line, this is called as normal. Okay, and there is one even after striking to this mirror and it is bouncing back, that ray is bouncing back, means which is not going inside that mirror, but it is coming out again from that to same area where whatever it was there before. That's why I can say this one is reflected ray, and I am denoting that I with that is incident, R is reflected, that is here. And one more point we need to know, what is that? First of all, what is angle of incidence? Angle of incidence means the angle made by the incident ray along with the normal. That line is called, that angle is called angle of incidence. I am writing here. Angle of incidence is like this, and as well as the angle which is formed after reflected ray along with the normal, that is angle of reflection. And you know that for every surface, angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. You have studied in previous classes, but we are going to study in this class, and as well as you can have much more idea about it in further classes. Clearly you got idea that actually this was studied in previous classes, but again we have this information in this. Now in that beginning of our class, in that we must know reflection. I am starting from beginning from the lesson. I have started with the reflection. Reflection is nothing but, you know, the ray, the light is bouncing back into the same medium, that is called reflection. Here again you can say light changes its direction when it is obstructed by which is going to obstruct by any object. Any object means you can take a book, pencil, or anything which you can see, or glass means that is transparent material which can easily travel light. That don't take that part, but you take that which are opaque. Opaque is nothing but they are means a solid one which are not allowing light to pass through that part. Okay, that material you can take, that objects which are going to obstruct that light, that are no light changes its direction after obstructing that object. Light changes its direction. That is called, this phenomenon is called reflection of light, we call. In the image formed by a mirror, right of the object appears as left and left of the object appears as right. You know, one thing we must know that, first of all, you know, suppose you think that you are standing in front of the mirror, When you are thinking about that, when you stand in front of the mirror, your right hand will be appear as left and left will appear as right, no? You are aware of that point, no? Suppose if I am writing B, it will appear like this. Yes or no? Yes. Actually, in the image formed by a mirror, right of the object appears as left and left of the object appears as right. This phenomenon is called lateral inversion. What we call to that? See here, B is actually normally, if I am writing on the paper, it appears like. When I am seeing in the image that is in plane mirror, I can see this B letter is looking like this one. Actually, it was right side, but it appears left. What it actually says, what we call to that one? That phenomenon is called as lateral inversion. Lateral inversion. Yeah. The distance from the object to a plane mirror is equal to the distance of the image from the mirror. You know that actually we are studying about the mirror. In the mirror, how the image is formed. After image formation, the image size and so on, we are discussing all those things. Now, if you see, the distance from the object to a plane mirror is equal to the distance of the image from the mirror. Suppose if I take, this is a mirror and here the object is here and I am going to get, there is how much distance is there, same as it is distance will be there for the image also. Image is virtual image will be formed in the mirror, that's why I am drawing this side opposite to that one. This is the object and this is how much distance is going to travel here and same as it is for the image also. This sentence tells about that only. Distance from the object to a plane mirror is equal to the distance of the image from the mirror. Irrespective of size of the plane mirror, the size of the image in the mirror is equal to the size of the object. Here, whatever may be the object size, same as it is, the image size will be getting. But if you see in the other mirrors, may be getting some small image and big image. But in the plane mirror, actually you can see that how much the size of the image object, that much will be the image size will be same as it is. This is the speciality of the plane mirror. When light gets reflected from a surface, the angle of reflection is equal to the angle of incidence. We have discussed just now, you can see that. Suppose if I draw a plane mirror, if I am going to draw, this is one normal line and as well as this is one incident ray and reflected. This is one ray and this is another one. This is a normal line suppose and this is incident angle and this is reflected angle. You are aware of that. And actually the sentence says just now we have discussed this. The incident ray, the normal and the point of the incident and reflected ray like Now, when light reflected from a surface, the angle of reflection is equal to the angle of incidence. Just now I have shown you that is the one diagram. With the help of the diagram you can get idea that this is one normal line which I am going to draw here. This is the incident ray and reflected ray. This is incident and reflected. Here I am making one angle, incident angle and reflected angle. Incident angle is equal to reflected angle. It tells about that only. How much is the angle here? Suppose if I say 30 degree is the incident angle and definitely it will be 30 degree for the reflected angle. whatever it may be the surface, either it may be the rough surface or smooth surface, but you know what we are going to get, incident angle equal to the reflected angle. Okay. The incident ray, the normal, now we are going to know that law of reflection. The incident ray, the normal at the point of incidence and the reflected ray are lie in the same plane, you know, means the incident ray and reflected ray and the normal, they are going to be in the same plane. This is one plane, suppose it will be there in this plane only. This is one of the law. The mirror which contain curved reflected surface are called spherical mirrors. Now we are going to have the introduction of spherical mirrors here. Now we were discussing about plane mirrors. We got to know what are the properties in the plane mirrors are there. Now we are going to know spherical mirrors. How the spherical mirrors are? Mirrors which contain curved reflected surface are called spherical mirrors. For the spherical mirror, I will give you one example. You can take the spoon. In our daily life, you use the spoon, teaspoon, or otherwise you can take curry spoon, that is one big one spoon, which is smoothly polished surface area. Smooth spoon it works as a mirror again. You can say that curved mirror, or you can say what is that, spherical mirror. Spherical mirror or curved mirror. What are those? How many types are there? We are going to discuss now. How many types? Two types of the mirrors are there in spherical. They are what? Guess. Concave mirror and convex mirror. Correct. Two mirrors are there in spherical mirrors. Like in plane mirror, only one mirror is there. But in spherical mirror, two types of mirror we have, that is one concave and convex. Look at that point. Yeah. Concave mirror, you can take the actually the concave mirror from where we got, means it is from the sphere. This is the sphere. From this sphere, if you cut the small part of that, you can get a hollow sphere. From this hollow sphere, if you cut a small part of that, then we can get one mirror. This mirror is called concave mirror. Why we are calling as concave mirror means here it is polished surface is there here, and here this is reflecting surface. This side will reflect back the light. That's why this is what? Concave mirror. And you can take concave mirror, that one. Yeah. This is a convex. How it goes convex, you can see that structure. Like you know, actually from the sphere we are going to take, this is the hollow sphere. Suppose if you cut the small piece of that, we can get one curve one. This one is, suppose if it is polished or silvered like this, and if it is reflecting, this side is reflecting surface. If this one is reflecting surface, then it is called concave. Okay. And suppose if from the sphere, if you cut this part, and if I am taking this one, if I am silvering this side, and this will work as reflecting surface, light may bounce back like this. This one is called as convex. This is concave and that is convex. This is a convex, yeah. This we will be discussing the terminologies. You have seen that terminologies are there in the concave and convex mirror, that is center of curvature, principal axis, that you will get to know in this explanation only. That is, suppose concave mirror and convex mirror. Actually you can take one example, that is what? Spoon example you take. Spoon, this is a spoon, and you can see here this is one area here, that is actually this side is working as concave mirror. And suppose if I take for the convex, if I take like this, yeah, the spoon will work as, this side is work as convex. For the spoon, from the spoon we can get two, that is concave and convex. Yeah, this is the main important question here. We have a number of questions are there. From this you can have to think about it. you might have got many doubts while observing your image in bulge surfaces. A bulge one, a big bulge one surface, in that in front of that, if you are there, what is going to. Okay. In further in explanation, with the next time we can have the continuation of these. Thank you for watching.